Okay, good morning, second grade. On Friday, December the 18th, it's a busy, busy day for us today. Our last day for these packets. Please, 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 please tell mommy or daddy to bring those voters back this afternoon, starting at lunchtime, and pick you up at lunch as you watch the Polar Express this afternoon on your computer at 12:30. Try to get everything finished so mommy can bring them back. Okay, so for science today, we have this right here. You have two papers. They're stapled together. Okay, so we're going to start looking at this one here. We were talking about the moon, and the moon changes and how it looks in the sky. It's constantly changing. Every day, the moon is either getting smaller, 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 or it's getting bigger, 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 bigger. Depends on how you look at it. Okay, so with this, it says, look at the pictures that show what we see after the full moon. Number the pictures to show the phases in order, then write the date that goes with each picture. So the very, 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 very first thing we see after a full moon is what we call this one here. It's called the new moon. A new moon we do not see. We do not see a new moon. It's just black sky at night. There is no moon when it's called a new moon. So for the new moon, we are going to write a number 1 above it. Okay, just like I did, a number 1. This picture here is the new moon. Okay, well, after a new moon, it gets bigger. It's getting bigger, right? It's getting a little bit bigger. Well, before it gets too big, it looks like this. It's the crescent moon. Okay, just a small glimpse of that moon. It's a crescent moon. So this would be picture 2. That is what we would see in the sky after the new moon. It starts to look like this, the crescent moon. It takes a month. It takes 30 days for the moon to change all the way around. Well, after we see it in the crescent moon, it fills in to look like a half a moon. We have a half a moon, okay? So that would be picture number 3, the half moon. The half moon would be picture number 3. And then we have our full moon. We have our full moon again. That would be picture number 4. And after our full moon, it starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until we go back to a new moon, okay? So, for our dates, well, the earliest date that we're going to have would be May 15th. So, number 1 would happen around May 15th. Okay? The next date is May the 18th. So, our crescent moon would be May the 18th. That's this one down here. Goes from a new moon to a crescent moon in 3 days. Okay? Then our next date is May 25th. It goes to the half moon. From the 18th to the 25th, it gets bigger and bigger till we get the half moon. Okay? And then by May 28th, we have that full moon. We have that full moon. So it goes from the 25th to the 28th to become a full moon. And then, like I said, it starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller until it gets back to the new moon. And then it starts back over. It gets bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger, smaller, smaller, smaller. Okay, so that is how the moon changes. So on the second page that you have, you are going to color, okay? You're going to color the moon phases. Make sure your name's on it, okay? The new moon. Well, the new moon we can't see. So the new moon would be just plain white. We don't see the new moon. It's white. We don't see it up there, so you don't color it. Or you can color it black because we don't see it, okay? So let's make it black. That would be good to make black. So the new moon would be black because we don't see that moon. We don't see that moon. Okay, so now we're going to go to a crescent moon. Well, the little crescent part, you're going to color yellow, and the big part is going to be black. The crescent, you're going to color yellow because we're starting to see that moon, and the crescent is still going to be black. The bigger part of the crescent is going to be black. Okay, then we're going to come down to here. Now we have a half moon. Okay, we have that half moon. And we're going to color, this is where you need to be tricky at it. So I'm labeling it for you. This side is going to be yellow because it's the same size as up here that's getting bigger. So this half is yellow, this half is black. Okay? This half is yellow, this half is black. You want to make sure it looks like that. So when it's laying down on your desk and you're coloring, the left-hand side is black, the right-hand side is yellow. Okay? Then it goes back to another crescent moon. Goes back to another crescent moon. Well, this time, this little crescent is yellow, and the big part is black. Okay? Because it's filled in, it's going away from here. So now all we see what is left is this is the black part, and it's getting my crescent smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay? Then we have that full moon. That full moon is going to, oh, I'm so sorry. You know what? I did that crescent moon backwards. Oops. Let me fix that one for you. I just realized that. Back it up. Back it up. The one right before it. The black is the smallest. The black is the crescent part. The yellow is the bigger part. I did it backwards. I'm so sorry. So on this one, we have our half and half. The black is getting smaller. The moon's getting bigger. It's yellow. Then we have our full moon, which is all yellow. Our full moon is all yellow. Okay? Then let's drop down to the third row. On this one, the big part is still yellow because it's the biggest, but that black is starting to creep in. So the black makes this part of the crescent. The black makes this part of the crescent. Now the black is starting to take over. Okay? Then the next one. We have yellow and we have black again. Okay? The yellow's on this side this time. Last time it was backwards. This time the yellow's on this side. That black is creeping over and over and taking it over. Okay? Then the very last one. The crescent part is yellow and the big part's black. That black is going over and over and over, taking part, and we just barely see a little bit of the moon left. And the next thing you know, we're going to have a new moon that's totally black. Okay, so you don't have to cut anything out like it says. We're not cutting, we're not gluing. Just color it. You should be able to color just exactly like I did. Black, your black and your yellow. Okay, your black and your yellow all the way through. This one here we fixed. And that is the moon phases. That is what we see in the sky all month long as the moon changes. Okay? So that is our moon phase for the day. And that is science. I will see in about 15 minutes my blue group. Everybody else can do some iReady. Get all your other paperwork done, okay, to be on the computer at 12:30 for the Polar Express movie. Mommy and our daddy needs to start bringing your stuff back around lunchtime so they can start coming in at 11:30, noon, 12:30. They can come in with your folder, hand the folder in, pick up some lunches, get a new folder. That new folder has a book that's yours. The paper is Mommy's. All those folders go in your book bag. Just keep them rubber band together. In your book bag. When you're finished with your movie, your computer and your charger goes in your book bag. Zip it up. Hang it up so nothing happens to it. So that we have it when we come back to school. That computer and that charger, you are in charge of it. You do not want anything to happen to it. So you need to get them put away for Christmas. Keep those folders. Do not do any work in those folders. Mommies, listen. No work in those folders. That is for after Christmas. You will bring those folders and your computer back to school on January the 5th. For some reason, if we don't come back to school, then we will use those folders and your computers for e-learning in January. Okay? I will see some of you at 9:30, and I will see the rest of you at 12:30. Have fun.